everyone, it's Shane Conto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the Wasteland Watchlist here on the SPDM Crew podcasting network. And this is my weekly show where we play some movie roulette, randomly select a movie off my obscene movie watch list, give me basically anything, and we did get anything.
Yes,
And
we
joining
did.
me yet again, who keeps getting the weirdest picks, it is our fearless leader here at the crew. It is Mike Hilty.
Look, I wouldn't say that I've gotten all like the weird picks, but the
We
short
literally
ones,
listen to classical music over an egg gestating, like a
yeah,
chicken egg. Like, come
yes,
on.
yes. But that's what I was about to say is that the short ones have been, ooh, these ones have been interesting to say the
Mm-hmm.
least.
Mm-hmm. And this week we have 1981's Tango, which is a Polish film that won animated short film at the 55th Academy Awards because, Mike, this took 700 hours of optical printing work, 7 months and 16 hours a day to create.
My first question about that as it being the reason why it won the best animated short. So the fuck what? Who cares?
um, this is a very loose definition of animation. It is stop motion because it's just a bunch of like cutouts of people in a room. Basically, the idea is it's a room
Yep.
and you have a kid who drops a basketball in, he crawls in, and then more people come in, and people start having sex and falling off chairs
Mm-hmm.
and doing all kinds of stuff. And basically, for 8 minutes, this is just random cutouts of people doing weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a movie. And
Yeah.
they keep growing until they stop, and they keep shrinking until it's done.
Yep. Pretty much.
This is the Around the World music video from Poland. In 1981. Oh, I should have done that. Threw on some Daft Punk
Mm.
and around the world, around the world. Yep, yep. See, we found something special here, Mike.
Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah.
So Mike, what are your general thoughts on Tango?
This was so weird. It was so weird, but okay, I will give it credit for this. The animation for the time was interesting to say the least. The animation kind of reminds me a little bit of there's an episode of Bluey that kind of does something similar
Interesting.
to this, where it's like Bingo's birthday party, and they just have all these people just doing like a bunch of random stuff and just come come in, and I don't know. It was interesting because at first it's like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna bring in next, and then the room gets so full that you're like, what are we doing here?
And then
What
you're
is
like,
happening?
yes,
Oh yeah,
intercourse. And you're just like, oh, that's where
yeah,
this is going.
yeah.
The real MVP is the guy that keeps falling off the chair and going
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
over and over
Hmm.
and over and over again
Right.
and over again.
Hmm.
Ah!
Sounds a little like Pee Wee Herman. Yeah, the
I know you are, but what am I?
this it was just such an interesting thing just to focus on like this one room and just have all these different sequences of the ways that like people interact with all the elements in this room. Like there's a bed, there's a crib, there's a table randomly in the middle of the room as well. So
Mm-mm.
I don't know, like I thought that was cool. This is like an ADHD person's worst nightmare because there's just so much going on.
So
Like
much going on.
particularly when it gets to like the 3 to like 5 minute mark, where not only is there a lot going on, like there's a lot of like there's almost like too much stuff going on. But
It's 36 characters from different stages of life, representing of different times, all
right.
interacting in one move, moving in a loop, observed by a static camera. And this is the white person version of that scene from Sinners.
Yeah, that's fair. So I don't know, like this it was interesting. I'm glad I watched it. I guess this is probably going to be a one and done. But I'm very curious to see what else was nominated for best animated short at this particular Oscars. That this is the one that took home the prize. Were the others not animated enough, or was this?
I think just because how miraculous this was that they even put this
The
together.
technical prowess of this is pretty great because it does look. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like what old school South Park used to look like, where like it looked like all of these characters, they're cut out from a piece of paper, and just yeah, it's interesting. Like, how many times is that kid gonna throw that basketball through the fucking window before eventually is like, why don't we shut this? And then the burglar comes in, and then the parent comes in, feeding the baby, and then puts it down. Like, I was like, oh, this is kind of interesting. And then it just kind of blows up. And you're right. As soon as the guy that falls off the table or the chair started coming in, and then it just kept repeating, that was the only guy that I could focus on until the boobs came.
Well, I would like to give credit where credit is due.
Okay.
To Zbigniew Rekzewski, who directed this. I kind of got that right. And he was the filmmaker who created this film and put in 7 months at 16 hours a day of putting this together. So I guess he did deserve that Oscar after all.
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
But Mike, do you have any other thoughts on Tango?
Nope. I'm good.
Well, that's a wrap here on the Wasteland Watchlist. Mike will be back again for another episode. I wonder if it'll be this weird. You'll all have to find it. But make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What's your favorite Polish film? What are some of your favorite abstract art house animated short films, if you can think of any, that are not Pixar movies or Disney animated shorts? And make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. The SPDM Crew is ever expanding. If you want to be a part of it, whether it's you're being a guest or making your own show, please make sure to reach out. There's plenty of content, nice variety. You'll learn all kinds of things. And if you like our logo, check out HiFlyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Wasteland Watchlist here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network.